Sorry.
What the fuck is he using to blind me so well? What the
Please, allow me to show you something.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Please, allow me to show you something.
Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy FlavorPack here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my skill duration Firefly build. And I've pretty much made this video before, but just with a different skill. For some of the people who've seen my videos before, I made an ultimate skill duration build with the defender drone, in which it lasted for 50+ seconds. So this technically isn't a new build, but the way that I have it set up now, before I did not have certain chest pieces and masks and knee pads to support what I was trying to run with the right rolls. Right now I have it right where I want it to be. The only thing that I could ask for with this build is that I had more armor, and there's two variants of it. So I do have some armor, but it's just not a lot, just because I have to sacrifice and have skill power and skill duration. But getting into this build, this is what I'm rocking right now. Like I said in past videos, I've already shown pretty much what I run on my pieces, which is capacitive, and I have that on all my pieces, as you can see. So with me running capacitive on all my pieces, that gives me that extra duration, and duration only works with certain skills, the Firefly being one of them, the pulse being one of them. the defender drone being one of them, and the chem launcher. So as you can see, I use the chem launcher and Firefly. My chem launcher right now is sitting at 100k armor repair, and the cloud duration lasts for 11 seconds. And as you can see, I'm running a 56% mod and a 43% mod, and that's why I'm getting 100k. And if I go to my Firefly over here, as you can see, for my cooldown, I have it at about 29 seconds. I'm running survivalist, so if I go in cover, I get that extra 10% skill haste, so it'll come back in around like 21 seconds. And then as you can see, the blind duration itself is at 18.5 seconds. So yes, I throw this at multiple people. I can lock up to 3 targets, and I can blind up to 3 targets for 18 seconds, and that is big in a gunfight. On the reverse side, you can see the name still. And another counter, I will let you guys know what the counter is to this, so you're just not thinking that this is just a one-sided thing. You can run a pulse, but you would have to wait until you're flashed to then use your pulse. So therefore, if you get pulsed, or if you get flashed and you use your pulse, then you will be able to see them pulsed, but everything will still be white. So the downside to this is a lot of people, they feel like they're still shooting at me, but I'll be taking cover or I'll be behind something, so they're really just shooting at a wall. And if they're already trying to run away, they don't know necessarily where they're going. They're just running, hoping that they're going in the right direction. A lot of people, you know, be rolling to the walls and just a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's pretty funny to look at. But this right here is honestly something that's just different. I know a lot of people going into the game, I was wanting to always use the Firefly. It was never useful because the lock-on mechanic that they had was very clunky, it was very slow, but they reworked it. So now I will be looking more into doing more Firefly builds. With my Seeker build, I have an explosive damage build, so I am interested next to use the Firefly with my explosive damage to see what that can do. But for right now, this is a build that I really feel like is very useful. With my weapons, as you can see, I'm using eyeless, and with this LMG in particular, the base damage is not that high, but I do get that extra 20%, and that 20% actually really does come in handy, and I do see a difference when I'm shooting at somebody when this talent is activated. It definitely do a lot more damage. And the other weapon I'm using is a classic M60 with 26k base damage with unhinged and extra. But the next part to this build, where I feel like a lot of people have slept on this two-piece as well, is two-piece 511. And if you don't know what the second piece of two-piece 511 does, it gives you that extra 10% extra incoming healing. So this build, I would say, as you can see too, I have 9 reds, 0 blues, and 8 yellows. And the 0 blues is a big turn off to a lot of people, because a lot of people know that this is pretty much the tank meta. But at the same time, a lot of people have to realize this game is very team based, so a lot of people don't want to sacrifice and actually make that skill build and be that support build of the team. But that's what this essentially is. This build is support build. That's a lot of the builds that I make in the game. Support builds on the team actually make your experience as a team a whole lot better. I feel like a lot of people experienced that towards the end of Div 1, and once we started getting into hybrid builds and stuff like that. So I feel like, at least with this would kind of make people shift more into the direction of skill builds, even though I know a lot of people have tank hybrid builds now, which that was already foreseeable, knowing that the Woods build was getting patched. So this would be something that people would want to try to use if you're going to be like the support build of the team, because a lot of people don't realize with this skill duration, a lot of people are running spotter and a lot of people are running pulse. So with this build, I would have to change a mod here. If I change a mod, boom, as you can see, my cooldown reduction comes back in 10 seconds, but my duration is 22 seconds on the pulse. So if you were to run the pulse of the team with this build, you would have a 22-second pulse, and a lot of people when they pop their post, it lasts for 10 seconds. Some people can get it to come back in 10 seconds, but a lot of people, you know, it's like a 20-30 second pulse cooldown timer, and you know that, you know, be the difference in you lacking on damage. So this build works all around. It works with the hive as well, but you would have to run more charges. Even the defender drone still has a 53-second duration. A lot of people don't use the defender drone now, but this would be the way to get the defender drone to last longer. And the cooldown reduction will be at 76 seconds, and in my last video I had it like around like 90 something seconds, so it's a little bit better. The shield, I do not believe that this actually makes a difference. I do plan on making another shield build in the future, but right now I'm not really so focused on it. And the turn as well, you make the flame turn to last a whole lot longer than what it normally would because of the amount of fuel that's in the turret. So this could work for multiple skills. I wouldn't sleep on this going into the future, but I've talked you guys head off enough. If you guys have any more questions on the build, if you guys have any more ideas that you think that you might not want to try, but you want somebody that pretty much already has a skill build to just try it, just let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.